Are we to presume you're a Doctor Who fan? Because people don't know him, I think, in America a lot, but this is kind of, he's very well known over here.
Yeah.
Did you see him in Doctor Who? Is that kind of how you
latched onto
him? Yeah.
I was writing and I heard his voice, and I looked, it was on, Doctor Who was on TV. And he was doing a scene where he had a microphone and he was literally ruling the universe, just telling all these spaceships how it was going to be. I know just, I guess as an actor, how hard a scene like that is, because, I'm pretty sure those spaceships weren't there. So he was just killing it, and I just thought it was so, I've never really seen anybody that looks like him or is like him. He's his own thing. So I got really excited about working with him. I was really, so happy that he came on to do the film.
You mentioned Detroit was kind of the catalyst for starting this, but were you sort of thinking, was there a time before that where you were thinking of directing something else, or was this literally the first thing where you thought, yeah, this is going to be my first movie?
The only other time was, and it was a similar situation, in that I had gone to Uganda and I had met these child soldiers, and I, because of that experience, thought I'd like to make a film about that. And I wrote a script, and I actually, Benoit Deby, who's my cinematographer on this, agreed to do it, but I was like 22 and I just couldn't get it off the ground. And then this was a similar thing where I went to Detroit, and I had an experience there that I sort of wanted to make a film about.
There's people in this film who we've seen with your movies before, but I'm wondering, in terms of crew, you mentioned Benoit's DP. Are there people who, like, you sort of...
Benoit DP?
Benoit DP. Your DP.
That's good.
Not his actual name.
No, but that's good, Benoit DP.
Benoit DP. But yeah, is it a case of almost, you remembered someone from a film you worked on before thinking, this guy needs to be in my crew, this guy needs to be in my crew. You almost had to think back like that when you were assembling this film?
Yeah, I felt like George Clooney's character in Ocean's 11, where it's just like putting together the dream team.
Yeah.
Everyone's a specialist at their own, And it was, they were all people that I had worked with for the most part, and thought, I have to make a movie with that person. You've
worked with some amazing directors as well through your career. Is there anyone in particular who you kind of took forward when you're going to this to think they've inspired you the most?
I think you're inspired by, in some ways, you're like inspired by the bad experiences more. You sort of, those are the ones that really stick with you, and you go, I'm never going to do that, I'm never going to do it like that. And but you find your own process when you're making a movie, and nothing can really prepare you for it, as prepared. We had this film storyboarded and carefully planned, and then we got to Detroit, and it had a whole other plan for us, and so we had to adapt to that. So that sort of dictates your style. But I think the things that I've learned the most is that it's great to find a way to be adaptable, because that's what gives your film its own character.